We're gonna join into a private chat so that way I don't have to interact with people on the game right now. Back at camp, we're gonna try this again. See how we do. It'd be nice if Rockstar wouldn't keep freezing things down. Hold on, I have to redo my settings. Save. Okay. Alright. Back up and running.
Bank job in Tennessee. It was me, Limpy Pete, and Phil the Crab. Managed to get ourselves locked in the safe after a weekend of nature calling. The stench in there knocked the clerk on his back when he opened the door, and we managed to escape.
Boom. Alright, I try, and whenever I can, pop into camp, make sure Crips has enough material so that way he can keep working. Kind of just simultaneously run all the roles at the same time. Alright, so from here, we're going to pick back up and go do the Moonshine. Moonshine Shack. Let's see here. If you can view it without... Okay, here you go. So there are 5 different Moonshine locations. In the Bayou, Grizzlies, Hannigan Steed, the Heartlands, and Tall Trees. I've had mine in all of them. In the Bayou, you do a lot of deliveries in Saint Denis. Thin roads, traffic, lots of obstacles, lots of broken bottles. You have to be very, very careful with your Moonshine deliveries. They, hold on just a second. I can't text and talk. I can't, yeah, it's just a mess. I just need a second. Alright, sorry. The Bayou, it's just a mess. I always ended up breaking bottles. The Grizzlies are way out, kind of far away from a fast travel, which used to be an issue. But now with the wilderness camp fast travel thing, it's not really that bad because you can just come out if you're just there to like change your decor or something for a daily. Hannigan Steed's the same thing. It's kind of way out in the middle of no place. And if you play with new players that don't have the wilderness camp or whatnot, it's not really close to a fast travel. The Heartlands is good, but you do a lot of deliveries through like Van Horn and up in that area with the mountains and kind of sharp turns. Broke a lot of bottles. My favorite is Tall Trees. You go, it's right there by Manzanita Post, so fast travel's right there. Most of your deliveries are in Blackwater, Thieves Landing, Quaker's Cove, and McFarland's Ranch. Pretty easy, open fields. You know, you can kind of see if people are coming. You can easily fight the NPCs, and the roads aren't, you know, rough. So I hardly ever break bottles on there unless I'm just not paying attention. Alright. So, and like I said, with every roll, you get added dailies, which is always a good bonus. Today's, you have to drink your own strong moonshine, do 3 bootlegger missions, and those are the missions that pop up while you're just roaming around in free roam. Little like checkpoints or whatever that you can just kill all the people in the corner, and that counts as a bootlegger. You can also go in to the Moonshine Shack and see Maggie, and from there, she can issue a mission. And I never do the moonshine story missions for the dailies. They never register for me, but those are also something that you could do. Um, Decently easy, quick. Just get them done so that way you can get your daily and get your gold. In order to start your moonshine roll, Crips tells you, I think there's a letter to begin with, but you can also go in to the menu where I had showed you before, to Camp and Properties. You pick a moonshine shack, and then from once there, then you just go to fast travel and fast travel to your moonshine shack. And once you go in, you can come in. Maggie's in there. She'll give you a mission. You have to go save her nephew, and then from there you'll be able to, have at it and get started. Maggie is an interesting character. You spend 25 gold and she gets to live in your shack. So here we go. So you have your moonshine store, your bootlegger missions, which those are part of your dailies, and the replay story missions that you can pick. So if you go into the store,
how can I help?
You have things that you can buy: flammable moonshine, toxic moonshine, or the toxic moonshine pamphlet. If this goes on sale, or if you have the cash to do so, I highly recommend buying your moonshine pamphlet, because that is a daily that comes up quite often, is make 2 toxic moonshines. They're really, really easy. Just keep the items in your satchel, and then when you load in, if you see that that's on your daily challenges, you can just, right there at camp, hit the fire and craft 2 toxic moonshine. Really, really easy. Boom, daily's done. You made some gold. Once you start leveling up the roll, you can actually expand the bar into a whole nother area and get like the whole bar. And then from there, you can actually get a band, which is nice because both of those things are good also for doing dailies. So we have play with the band for 2 minutes, dance for 2 minutes. For the bar, you have to drink your own strong moonshine or serve moonshine to other players. Really, really easy things to make gold. So totally worth it. And then you have your bar decors, so you can change them. I currently have the floral. The hunter one's interesting. It hold on a second. Okay. And there's a refined and a gothic. The gothic one, I don't know if it's available to everyone. We got that for the Halloween pass last year. So it may, if it's not available to you guys, if you're new, it may come back around with the Halloween pass that's coming this year. Alright, so your still for your moonshine, like your hunting wagon, like your delivery wagon, there's steps that you can upgrade it to. So your basic, and then your polished. And once you get your polished, that's where you can make some pretty decent money. I've kind of ran some math on it a little bit, and you can actually make more money running moonshine every single hour than working continuously on a Crips route. But if you can get everything, you could make all of the money. So, photos. These hang up on the back of your bar. You can only have one at a time. They're fairly cheap. Some of them are free. We do get, like this one's on discount for 156 bucks. Another really easy daily challenge for your moonshine roll is to change your moonshine shack decor. And it counts if you just change the picture that's hanging on the back of your bar. So I recommend having at least 2 of these pictures for the daily challenges, so that way you can just come in, stop at Maggie, pop in the different picture, just switch your pictures, and then you'll have your daily challenges done. So, to get your moonshine stuff going, you have to go downstairs and see Marcel. He has the worst French accent I have ever heard. But if you come up here to his table, you'll get your little icon here to go into your moonshine business. And from here, you can pick weak, regular, strong moonshine. Then you can flavor your moonshine, and I'm going to have to run this so that way I can come back and actually show you guys. We'll just do this right now. So once it's done, these are a list of your sellers, and of course, the ones that I have are nowhere. Bert Higgins is always on the list. You can always sell him your moonshine, but he's not considered a preferred buyer. And also, if you look, let's see, Berry Mint would be comparable. No. Okay, Evergreen Moonshine would be comparable to the Berry Cobbler that I have. So I could make $226 off of this moonshine batch, but none of the preferred buyers are here wanting Berry Cobbler at the moment. So we are just going to sell this to Bert to get it off the docket here. And listen to this guy ramble on.
Telling me about some of your adventures. I think it cannot be all true, no? Or perhaps he is drunk. Anyway, to business. We have work to do. I have arranged a buyer. They are expecting a delivery. Non, elles ne peuvent pas tout être vraies.
Alright. So like this one, we're just going to Blackwater Camp. Moonshine is fragile. So you've got your blue wheel up at the top of your screen, and that tells you the health of your moonshine bottles. If you hit bumps, if you go off the road, if somebody shoots at you, they will start breaking bottles. These are the moonshine checkpoints. Okay, they're gonna let me go without... Sometimes they tell you to pull over. I usually just blow through them, I don't care. They take chase. You just shoot them as you go. It's pretty easy. A good tip to stay on the road. This is going to cause a problem. If you take a gun out, see, we got a little bit of a dent there. If you take a gun out and you hold your L2 and aim, hit X just a few times to get some movement going, that will auto-aim your driving, and it'll keep you on the road, which is the best thing for moonshine, so that way you don't break bottles. Make sure you're still paying attention, though, and staying on track, because sometimes it does get a little wonky, and you'll just kind of go off into the nothing. So there's two spots. You can actually go to this camp that's right here, or sometimes it'll have you take it to the saloon. Alright. Done. There you go. Easy XP, easy money. And from here, you can just ride up quick to the fast travel and go back and reset, make more money. I'm gonna wait until I get in there to describe the different like ingredients and recipes and times on it.
Welcome.
Alright. So, once you have the fully upgraded still, you can have weak, average, or strong. And 24 minutes, 36 minutes, or 48 minutes. The cost to start these for MASH is $50. If you go and do bootlegger missions, it knocks $10 off your MASH price. So if you're a little strapped for cash, hit Maggie up, start a Moonshine bootlegger mission, and it'll take it down to 40. If you are out riding around and you come across one and you clear one, clear it, and then come straight to your shack and start one, and that'll knock it down to $30. So, I mean, there are ways to make it cheaper. It's just a little bit more time consuming. But for kind of like a low grade, easygoing roll, I just pay the 50. So I go for strong, and then you can do your flavoring. Now, I recommend making sure that you keep some of this stuff in your satchel, and this is where it's good to have Madame Nazar, because most of this stuff you can actually buy from Madame Nazar. Also, like the absinthe, there's absinthe and creek plum, the Argarita flower, and then the Caribbean rum are all 4 collector items that you can find on the map from Madame Nazar that you can use in your Moonshine Shack to actually get this $247.50 moonshine to create. That's another reason the collector roll is really good. They kind of blend in together. I usually just do these kinds of things, so that way, not this one though, because it needs wintergreen, and those are a pain. Let's do an Argarita. So, then you just add the flavoring. But like your canned strawberries and your evergreen huckleberries and the apple and the ginseng and the currant, like these are all things that you can find out or find in your catalog, stock up on, so that way they're always there. And then every 48 minutes, you can literally come in here, do a delivery, come back, reset it. It costs $50. You can make $206 to $247, and you can do this every 48 minutes. Easy, easy. Great moonshine. I like great money, great XP. Kind of a really simple roll. So once you do that, you can just walk away and wait the 48 minutes. You'll get a little pop-up on the left side of your screen that says it's done. Come back. Here is your bar. None of these people pay for anything. You make no money off of these people.
Oh, you're trouble, ain't you?
Here's your band. If you go to the piano lady here, you can have her play music. Now, this is a lot more fun when you actually have like a full posse or a couple friends to play with, because you can come down here and you can get drunk off your moonshine that you're creating. If you're standing near the band here, you'll get an option to start dancing. And you can scroll through, just do some dances, whatever. Like I said, this is sometimes the daily, so you can come down here and do this for 2 minutes. Easy gold. Requires little effort. You can also play every single one of these instruments. I feel like the big loud. Okay. So you can, finish the band set. This is a great sit down for 2 minutes. You'll get your daily, you'll make gold. You can run and make a sandwich. It doesn't matter. Check your phone. They have different things you can do. Flourishes, so that way, fancy playing. Now, I would like to add that if you get drunk before you do these things, it actually impacts how your character plays and how they dance. Here's your bar. Now, your friends and other people can come up and lean on the bar and actually request drinks. Or you can tend the bar and you can serve the drinks. So if you hit serve, you can actually change using L1 or R1 the position of where you want the drink to go depending on who's standing at your bar and where. If you really want to have fun, you can slide them down the bar. I don't know. It gets fun. We've always enjoyed it. You can also self-serve. This one's how you complete the daily for serving your own strong moonshine. Let's see here. Let me get myself drunk real quick. Cheers. And the more you drink, if you look at the right corner, the words start getting scrambled, and you've got like drunk brain. Now, let's get to stumble around. You cannot drink yourself to death in the Moonshine Shack. We have tried.
That's it, folks. Thank you, thank you. Sure. Yes, I hope y'all had a good time. We sure did.
I don't.
Don't see why not. Another round.
I'm assuming this says finished band set. It's all off key, it's horrible. And if you flourish, you like falls. Stumbling. The stumbling is the best. It's probably one of the most pointless things that they've ever added into the game. But it's easy gold for your dailies, and it's actually a lot of fun if you have, people and you're playing with them and just being silly. You can go into your camp and properties, go to Moonshine Shack, and actually invite people into your Moonshine Shack. So we're gonna invite War Turtle in. And if you are drunk and somebody is in your shack with you, hold on, let's see if they join in. There he goes. Waiting. So, when you are drunk and somebody is in your shack, if you walk up to them and hit circle, you can assault them. Oh. And they can retaliate. If you have your posse open, and people are in your posse, they can just walk into your shack. They don't need to be invited. But if you wanted to invite anybody else that's in the lobby, it's just as easy as free roam menu, camp and properties, shack, and an invite. And you can literally just run down and send everybody in your lobby an invitation. It's always helpful for when the dailies, you know, you have to serve your moonshine to other players. There you go. And that's pretty much the moonshine. It's a really easy roll. It's got a lot of really easy daily challenges to complete. And it's kind of like a low maintenance. You just pop in, either take the wagon for a run or tell him what he needs to do. And then you can go off and do other things. Oh, and when you're really drunk, it affects you once you're still outside. Alright. So... Nope, still drunk. Okay. Like I said, Manzanita Post, right up the street here when you're in tall trees. Makes for a fast getaway. We're gonna go to Rhodes. In Rhodes is where you can start your Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is the only role that you can do and earn gold. So that's usually, people recommend that one first. I don't. I usually recommend the collector role first. It's great for XP and it's great for money, and it's something that you can do by yourself. Which if you're starting out, you're still trying to find people to play with or whatever, that's great. If you already have people to play with, even better, because the trader role, the bounty hunter role, and the moonshine role, you can do with people that have the roles, and you still get the exact same benefits if you had the role or not. So if you don't have the bounty hunter role, and you ride with somebody that does, and they start a bounty, you will get the exact same amount of XP and money and gold for completing the bounty with them, without you yourself having to pay the gold out of the pocket right now. Same thing with the trader. You get the exact same amount of XP and money for delivering a wagon with somebody than if you had the role. So I usually recommend the collector role first, and then bounty hunter if you're trying to grind for money. I mean for gold. Then trader, moonshine, and then naturalist. The naturalist role, you can do missions with people, but they do not really benefit you that much. And as if you don't have the naturalist role, it's kind of hard to sell samples and whatnot. So naturalist role is kind of the last one. A lot of people aren't big fans. I enjoy it. It's a good way to make money. So when you come to Rhodes, there will be an icon over here for you to start your bounty hunter. And the bounty hunter will show up in a wagon, and there's a whole skit that she does, and, you know, you're amazed at her skills, and you can buy the bounty hunter role. Once you do that, all over the map, so we're at the sheriff's office here, there are bounty boards. So let's see here real quick. Rhodes Bounty Hunter, there's also in St. Didier at the sheriff's. That's not what I wanted to do. But on top of Rhodes, St. Denis, Van Horn, Ansburg, there is one at Emerald Station at the train station. There is one at Flatneck Station at the train station. Same thing with Riggs. There's one at Valentine, Wallace Station, Strawberry, Blackwater, Armadillo, Tumbleweed, and Benedict Point at the train station. So there are a lot of places that you can go and do bounties. There are 3 different levels. The dollar signs on them show you. So you have your easy, your average, and your hard. None of them are really that hard. If you go to the hard, you'll see where it says you can change posters. So we actually have like regular hard, we have prestige hard, and then you have an option to go into legendary bounties. These are like full-on missions that you can go and do. So lots of different options. The prestige ones, so like it shows 4 people on the thing. Usually you get 1 or 2, and you have to do the same poster multiple times in order to complete the poster, but that's okay. It's really, really good for completing some of your, hold on, let's get in here, to your bounty hunter awards. So there's actually a infamous bounty hunter poster. So if you can actually complete 10 of the entire posters, you get this belt buckle award, and there's some good XP along the way. There's one for turning in a bounty target from every bounty board. This is another really good perk of the bounty hunter. So on this one, and I wish it showed you how many times you had reset this. Every 10,000 XP that you earn from doing bounties, you reset this, and you get half a gold bar, and I think it's like $100. But the gold in itself is great. So the bounty hunter role is really, really good for grinding gold and adding to your gold stash. Mine was glitched out for a really long time, and it wasn't giving me credit, so I hadn't really messed with it very much. So I've been bumping on these numbers. It's a work in progress. Let's see here. All right, so daily challenges for today. I already did all of them, but I had to bring in 2 bounties from a New Hanover poster, which means you can go into your map, and New Hanover's up in here. So any map in the New Hanover area, Emerald Station, Valentine, and Flatneck are usually really good to pick from those 3. I actually don't know if Van Horn counts, because it does stretch into the New Hanover area. But yeah, I usually do Emerald, Valentine, or Flatneck. So if you just bring in bounties from there, you get your dailies for it, and then loot them, tag them with tracking arrows. The tracking arrow pamphlet is something that you get available to you to buy once you level up your bounty hunter role. You'll have to go into your catalog and check out all the stuff, and go to the fence and check out some of your pamphlets that are available. We can cover that in a whole nother day. But so for this one, I'm just going to do a real quick easy one, just that way you guys can kind of see. Alright, so we are capturing Doc Holland. Sometimes you have to, like, search for clues. That's weird. Alright, he should be close by then. Hi, Will. Hello, hello. Let me know if you have any questions, or if there's anything specific that you are looking for help with. Most of the time, the bounties are not too far from the bounty board. Sometimes they are farther. Going forward... Ouch. If you're a new player and you wonder if you ever get better at riding a horse, I will tell you, no you do not. Just, no you do not. Alright, let's see. Take out these riders. Shit. Alright. I should have used my lasso. That's what I should have done. You can buy a lasso to go with your bounty hunter roll if you want to keep them alive. You also have bolas. I will make a point at some point in the future to make sure that I do these with a bola and a lasso. Loot the body. I always loot the body, especially if you have the collector roll. I cannot tell you. It is so easy to loot bodies. You get collectibles. You can get tarot cards, flowers, alcohol bottles. There's also a resettable achievement award, and every time you reset those, you can get 0.4 gold, so another great way to make gold. There's a resettable achievement award for looting bodies. For every 1,000 bodies, you can get 0.4 gold. Just easy stuff. Plus you get a ton of stuff off of bodies for like turning into the fence. If you keep at least 3 in your satchel at all time, that's an easy daily that you complete when it comes to rotation, to sell 3 items to a fence. Alright, so attack, get your bounty. It's probably better if you take them in alive, but I've been kind of grinding on the dead body achievements, so I've just kind of horribly gotten myself in the habit of killing the bounty immediately, because I want to get that one, and then I'll switch to turning them in live. So you get a little, sometimes there's a bounty hunter wagon that you can take them to as a location, depending on where you are, and it'll just be like a bounty hunting wagon sitting out in a field someplace, or on a hill, and you run up, and there's a drop-off zone, just like there is going to be at the sheriff's office here. Most of the time it kicks you to the local sheriff's office, though. If they are alive, you take them off your horse and you carry them into the sheriff's office, and it'll have like this animation of you putting them in a jail cell. And if they're dead, the drop-off zone is usually to the side or behind the sheriff's office, so you just go and toss them on the ground. Alright. Now, the gold that you get for completing these increases with the difficulty. So if you do a level 1, like the 1 money thing, there we go, we got Bounty Honey XP, you get 0.08 gold. If you do a medium one, you get 0.16, and if you do a hard, you get 0.32. And I can't off the top of my head remember the legendary, but I know the legendaries are crazy. Like, you get some good gold and some good money and some good XP off those. There's a lot of people that grind those like crazy. Alright, so that is the bounty hunter role. It's really, really easy. It's really simple. Once you get it leveled up some, if you want to, so like, let's see here. This one is just the regular hard, and it's got 6 people in it. So if we were to do this one, and if you wanted to do it by yourself, that means you're going after 6 people. You cannot put 6 people on the back of a horse. But once you get it leveled up, you can buy a bounty wagon. And the bounty wagons are cool because if you have a couple people with you or whatever, you can still go in, take your bounty wagon, hog tie them, throw them in there alive. You can kill them all, throw them all in there dead, and then when you pull the wagon up in front of your drop-off point, the animation kicks in. You don't have to like unload the dead bodies or anything. Here it is. They're also very sturdy and quite zippy. We like to pull them out and do posse races with them, and I don't know, they're just fun for overall shenanigans once in a while. But yeah, so you can do multiples, you can just drive around in it and do singles if you want, whatever the case may be. But that is your bounty wagon. If you go into the stable, they actually have some different, I've got mine purple, they release some different designs and colors that you can actually put on them for some extra gold if you need them, or if you want them, I mean. So, just gonna get out of the way here. That's the bounty hunter. If you guys have any questions, if there's anything specific, again, totally open to requests. Just wanted to give a rough rundown of everything. I know there's been a ton of new players. I've been seeing it on the Facebook groups. I've been seeing it in the lobbies. Just lots and lots of new players. So I wanted to do kind of a rough role rundown, so that way they got a chance to kind of see all the roles, see some of the perks of the roles, some of the benefits, and just some of the easy ways to get some stuff done if possible. Hopefully that helps. Let's dismiss this because our final role is going to be the naturalist. Sorry, family interruption. Okay, so we're in LeGras, which is a great place to run and for Harriet. Now, like I said, I am always keeping an eye out. I see a little gold sparkle over here, which means there is a collectible nearby. Grab my tarot card. Alright. In order to start your naturalist role, you have to go to Strawberry. Let's get over here to Strawberry. So, here's your bounty board in front of your sheriff's department, and right next to the sheriff, there is a hotel here. You will have a little icon, like a yellow mission bubble. If you go there, there's Harriet that you can talk to. There's also Gus. They have a quirky little exchange that you're part of. She sells you her Naturalist Compendium book, and you buy a kit from her to be able to take samples from animal. You get some sedative ammos. Then she sprays you in the face with stuff, so that way you can have a out-of-world experience, because she's crazy, and you wake up someplace in the vicinity of Strawberry, ready to go for your naturalist role. The sedative ammo that she gives you goes into your varmint rifle. So then you have two different options. You have your regular, just varmint rifle ammo, and your sedative rounds. The sedative rounds, let's see if we can find something to sedate real quick. The sedative rounds will kill anything small that goes into your satchel, and they will also kill birds. So you can't sedate birds, frogs, rats, toads, that kind of stuff. Bigger stuff, though. Alright, so about 6 to 8 rounds, give or take, for big animals. Sometimes it's 2 to 3 for small animals. Legendary animals, a lot. So, once you have sedated something, it'll have like a little paw print, and it's like red or white to let you know. You can go up, and you have a revive option that wakes it up, or you can take a sample. So, there you go. The dailies for this, and I will go out to the desert, because for today, our naturalist daily role challenges are: she wants 3 desert animal samples, 3 mountain or grassland animal samples, and 3 wetland. Let me get away from this gator before I open things up. One of her easiest locations is, so you see where the fast travel was, right over there by the buildings? She's right here outside of LeGras. She has several locations on the map. So we have here, she's got this little eyeglass symbol. The other, she is right over here by McFarland's. And she also has a spot up here in Little Creek River, Big Valley area. This one's hard to get to if you're not already up in the area. It's just kind of a pain in the ass if you're just trying to like quickly sell her stuff. But LeGras is usually my favorite. Gus has a couple more spots. He has one up here in New Hanover, just north of Emerald, and we will make a stop by him. He also has a very convenient location in Saint Denis, over by the fence. So you have your fence here, and Gus is in that same little like plaza market thing that's going on there. Oops. So on top of Saint Denis and Hanover, he also has one up here in Big Valley. He has one right here next to Rig Station. He also has one over in Tall Trees, and one out in the middle of the desert between Tumbleweed and Armadillo.
You're a gossipy bunch today.
She's gonna spray me in the face.
I can keep a secret.
So you have to go to her, and this is where you can buy. Oh, she didn't spray me. This is where you can buy your sedative ammo.
Be careful with these.
You can also buy blending tonics, hardy tonics, weight gain, weight loss, potent weight gain, potent weight loss, animal revivers, legendary animal pheromones, and a couple different little pamphlets here of things that you can make your own. So you can make your own blending, your reviver, you can make your own stuff. Some of the things that she requires to make these are a bit of a pain in the ass. The only one I really truly recommend getting right off the bat is the pamphlet to make your own sedative ammo.
Find that just anywhere.
The herb that you need, you can buy from Madame Nazar, or you can pick it up while you're out running around. The ammo just takes regular ammo, quick and easy. She has these things where you can turn into animals. There's actually 2 more. You can also turn into a buck and a bunny, but I have those, so they're not showing up here. Just interesting things that you can spend gold on when you have more money than you know what to do with. So her vitalism studies are, there are certain spots on the map that you can go, and one for each. The boar is over in Tall Trees someplace, I believe. I don't know where the possum is. The rabbit's over in Tall Trees, and the buck is up in Big Valley. But what it is you have to collect special flowers on the map for her, and you have to go to these spots and eat the flowers, and your character will turn into an animal, and for a couple minutes, you can run around a very small area as an animal. Your interactions are limited. There's really not a whole lot you can do. But again, just something to spend money on when you have more than you know what to do with, and things that are fun to do with people that you're playing with, just for like silly shenanigans. Um, some of the daily challenges that you get for having your naturalist role are things like take 2 blending tonics or take 2 hardy
Who could
tonics.
turn their back on all
Um,
this?
or
Never
revive
understand.
2 animals, or sedate specific types of animals. So I definitely recommend keeping at least a couple blending tonics, hardy tonics, and revivers, um, and a couple pheromones, because that's another one, is find legendary animals with pheromones. So, but that's what you can buy from her.
Okay then.
Um,
Thank you.
you can also, this is where you
All
come
right,
to
let's
sell
see what
her
you
your
have for me.
samples. So I have a whole bunch. Um, the gold ones are the legendaries. The white ones are the regular animals, and they each have their categories broken down. So you have your forest and river, your farm. They don't actually tell you what category they are, they just show you the symbol. Um, on the Facebook page, in the announcements, I've actually created a printable PDF breakdown of all the animals. If you wanted, like, just for quick reference, like, okay, what category does this specific animal fall under? That way you can have it right there. Um, you also have legendary animal missions. So there are half the legendary
Were
animals
you
are out
able
roaming around in
to
free
knock
roam
on
that you
the
find
street?
as you come across them, and the other half you can only get through missions that you can do to her, and they reset. So she does 3 at a time. You can go in, you can do all 3 of them, and then when they reset, you can just keep doing all 3 of them over and over again until you get them. You can kill the animal and take the pelt, to Gus and make it into a coat, or you can take a sample and sell her the sample. Harriet only keeps track of 1 sample at a time. So if you sedate 5 alligators and sell her all 5 alligators, you get the XP, you get the money. But for your set purposes of selling things as a set, she only holds 1 sample. If you go into your items wheel, you have your animal field guide. If you open that up, this is another way to see where animals belong. So you have your farmland, your desert, your wetland, your mountain and grass, and your forest and river. And those are your general sets for animals. And if you click on it, it will give you a rundown of all the animals. And if you click on, like, say, an animal, there are different things that you can do. Um, if you wanted to complete your entire field goal, this is like a busy work kind of thing. You can photograph it, sample it, sedate it, study it, skin it, kill it, track it. And if you do all of those things for every single animal, you get like the 100%. Nothing special happens if you 100% all the animals. It's just again, busy work, something to keep you busy and something to do. Um, some of it's a little challenging, some of it's not. But once you have sold her 1 sample of every single animal, you can turn those in. Oh, let me see if I got a grizzly. I'm pretty sure
It's
I got a
gone by so
grizzly.
fast. Let me see what you've collected.
So the tree is that particular symbol for that particular set. There it is. So I'm going to sell her my
That's a
grizzly.
full page.
That's a
Superb.
full page. So now that I have sold her 1 sample of every animal on this particular category, see how it now has a faint H stamp on it, whereas like the grasslands doesn't, but that one does. Now, every single animal will have the little stamp in the corner, and then you'll have an option pop up that says you can trade in. So this category sells for 160. So if you sell her 1 sample of every single animal, you'll get money for selling the samples. You'll get XP for selling the samples. And then on top of that, you'll come in here and you'll trade in the set. and you will get $160 and 1,000 XP just for trading in the stamps for the set. And then once you come back in here, all the stamps are gone, and you can go back in and sell her one sample of each. When you get rid of your stamps, it does not change your total progress on your animal guide progress that you've done as far as like tracking and killing. Like that all stays there. Um, you just have to get a new stamp. Let's see. And then, just as an extra one that has no purpose other than just something to keep track of, we have our common critters. So, like the Cuban land crab. You have to go, you have to track it, kill it, collect it, study it, and photo it. And then it just completes your book. After that, we have the legendaries. So these ones are, you get to the point where you make pretty good money. You can make $680 for the dark category, $500 for the light, $700 for the red and the blonde, and $480 for the pattern. So those are good money if you can get all the samples around for those. The farmland, you get 60, 80 for desert, 110 for wetland, 140 for the mountain, and then the 160 for the river. With these also comes the ability to make gold if you want to put in that much time and effort. So the achievement awards for the naturalist role, you can reset for every 20 sets that you sell in for each category. You get credit for taking samples. You get one belt buckle. This is the only thing. You get one belt buckle for fully researching the animals. You get one for selling the tonics, using the tonics. And then legendary animal samples traded in, all lumped together. But the rest of them, you have to sell 20 of each in order to work on those and be able to reset them and get the 0.4 gold.
It feels like there's something else on your mind.
Alright, so see the 1,000 XP kick in?
Take care.
Alright, so I still need 2 more dailies on that one. Let's see. I still need 3 desert and 3 mountain grassland. So I'm gonna go up to Armadillo. Now, this is why I think it's a good idea, as soon as you can, to have all the roles. Because while my Crips is working and doing materials, it took me just a couple minutes to give him some materials, do a resupply, and get him set up to where he's doing stuff. Stop in at Marcel, give him some stuff, order some mash, and let him keep working. Those things are easy, let him work in the background. Meanwhile, I can run around and I can pick up collectibles, and I can do work on getting collection sets from Harriet. You can run and do legendary missions and work towards those. You can work towards the other ones, run a couple bounties, and these are all things that you can just kind of simultaneously, continuously do. Even when you're doing bounties, like I have seen collectibles in the area while I'm on a bounty, and I will pick it up. Or if I know that I need an iguana sample, and I haven't taken the time to go and look for an iguana, if I'm doing a bounty out here in the desert and I see an iguana, I will sedate it, I will sample it, and then I will continue on with what I'm doing in the bounty mission. So it's just one of those things to where if you can unlock all the roles, it will give you endless hours and hours of things to be able to do and run around and keep you busy, give you some tasks. They are not hard. It's great to have with you do things. And hopefully... Oh, hold on a second. Multitasking is not my best quality. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully, gave you a little bit of a rough estimate to see what you want to do, see which ones you want to open up first, let you know what they're all about so you can see if they're interesting or not. And again, if you have any questions or any requests on things that you guys would like to see done or how to do or anything really, I would love to be able to give you assistance in that. So that's going to conclude the stream for today. I'm going to try and edit and get all 3 videos grouped together into one before I actually post it as just like a video because having to stop and start 3 times. There you go. See how it kicks in for that daily? Just something easy to do. You just run around sedating animals. But on that note, I'm going to log off. I'm going to regroup with the crew, and if we get into some shenanigans tonight, we're having some fun, I might kick it on. And I look forward to tomorrow morning, dailies with Dammit. We're going to grind out the dailies, get them done, show you where to find things, how to get things done quickly and efficiently, and grind that gold.
Lovely to see you again,
Have a great day, everybody.